Hello students, welcome to our fresh day and new session. Let's observe a small conversation between the teacher and students. Teacher, yesterday our school declared a holiday due to heavy rain. What do you do at home? Arun, I had hot soup prepared by my mom. Arnav, I ate hot bhajis. Sheetal, my sister and I danced in the rain. Teacher, it sounds like you all had fun. But remember to stay safe and not spoil your health by playing in the rain or cold weather. Today, we will be exploring the topic of rain and rainwater harvesting. This topic is from the lesson Rain. Where does it come from? Of class 6 Science, where we will find answers to questions like why it rains and how we get rain. Rain is a common natural phenomenon, just like air and sunlight. We usually get more rain during the rainy season. A common observation is that when the sky is cloudy, there is the possibility of rain. However, clouds don't always bring rain. Sometimes we experience sudden rainfall without prior warning. Learning outcomes. After studying this topic, you will be able to understand the different forms of water, explain rain and monsoons, learn about rainwater harvesting and its importance in water conservation. Keywords: clouds, evaporation, condensation, droplets, breeze, water cycle, atmosphere, dew, hails. Let's see the concept map on rainwater harvesting. To continue learning about rain, we first need to understand clouds and water. We all know that water exists in three forms in nature. The solid form of water is called ice. When water cools, it turns into solid ice. If ice is left in the open air, it melts and changes into water. Also, if we heat ice, it turns into water as well. The gaseous form of water is water vapour, present in the air around us. Water in oceans and seas heats up and forms water vapour. Similarly, when water vapour cools, it condenses back into liquid water. If water is cooled even further, it will be turned into ice. So, these three forms of water are interchangeable. The process of water turning into water vapor is called evaporation. Evaporation is a natural process that happens all the time on Earth, especially from water bodies like seas, oceans, rivers, and ponds due to sunlight. The water vapor formed through evaporation mixes with the air and becomes invisible. The process of water vapor turning back into water is called condensation. In winter, small dewdrops appear on grass and leaves because the air around the plants contains warmer water vapor. When this water vapor cools, it forms drops of water on the leaves due to condensation. Clouds. The water vapor formed through evaporation rises into the atmosphere because it is lighter than air. As air moves away from the Earth's surface, it becomes cooler. When the water vapor reaches higher levels, it condenses upon contact with cooler air, forming smaller water droplets. These tiny droplets float in the air at higher levels of the atmosphere and appear as clouds. Rain. Clouds don't stay in one place. They move with the wind. As more clouds come together, they become filled with water vapor. Winds carry these clouds from the sea to the land. The cold air in the upper atmosphere cools the clouds, causing the water droplets inside to grow larger. As the clouds get heavier, they start to move closer to the ground. The color of the clouds changes from white to grey, which makes them look like a dark clouds gathering. When the water droplets become too heavy, they fall as rain. We often feel a cool breeze before it rains. In very cold conditions, water droplets turn into ice crystals and fall as snow. Sometimes, large water droplets freeze into ice and fall as pieces of ice called hailstones. Monsoons. We typically experience rainfall during specific months of the year. Usually, rain occurs from June to September. During this season, the sky is filled with clouds that move with winds blowing from the southwest. These winds are called the southwest monsoon. Similarly, in November and December, we see rainfall due to clouds moving with winds from the northeast. These winds are known as the northeast monsoon. Nowadays, we are experiencing irregular rainfall patterns and the seasons are changing slightly. The process of water turning into vapor through evaporation, water vapor forming clouds, and clouds producing rain through condensation is known as the water cycle. We learned about this in the previous topic, water we use and the water cycle. Now, let's learn about water harvesting. Rainwater harvesting. One way to increase water availability is by collecting and storing rainwater for later use. This process is called rainwater harvesting, based on the idea of catching water where it falls. What happens to rainwater that falls on concrete roads and buildings? It flows into drains. From there, it goes to rivers or lakes that may be far away. This means a lot of effort is needed to bring that water back into our homes since it doesn't seep into the ground. Here are two techniques for rainwater harvesting. Rooftop rainwater harvesting. In this system, rainwater is collected from the rooftop and directed to a storage tank through pipes. This water may contain soil and debris from the roof, so it needs to be filtered before use. Instead of storing the rainwater in a tank, the pipes can lead directly to a pit in the ground, allowing the water to seep into the soil to recharge the groundwater. Roadside drain collection. Another option is to allow rainwater to flow directly into the ground from roadside drains that collect it. This is all about rain and rainwater harvesting. Points to remember. Water on the earth can exist in the three forms: ice, solid form; water, liquid form; and water vapor, gaseous form. The process of changing of water into water vapor is called evaporation. Clouds are formed from tiny droplets of water vapor. Evaporation of water from the surface of seas, lakes, ponds, etc. is part of cloud formation. The process of conversion of water vapor into water is called condensation. The cycle of evaporation and condensation of water present on the Earth's surface causes rain. The conversion of water into water vapor to clouds, and clouds to rain is known as water cycle. Saving the rainwater and allowing it to seep into ground to recharge water levels is called water harvesting. Hope you like this video. Thank you for watching.